Have you ever wondered why the biggest tech giants suddenly go quiet right when you expect a massive product launch? We've all been waiting for it, watching the forums, tracking every rumor, and refreshing our feeds, yet the silence from Nikon is becoming deafening. The camera that was supposed to redefine professional photography, the successor to the legendary Z9, has turned into the industry's biggest mystery. Is it a delay, or is it something much bigger? Today, we are diving deep into the elusive Nikon Z9 II. We are going to break down why this camera has the potential to leave every other flagship in the dust, the secret technology being developed behind closed doors, and why this might be the most important release in Nikon's entire history. If you are a professional, an enthusiast, or just someone who loves cutting-edge gear, you need to hear this, because the game is about to change forever. The camera industry usually runs like a clock. We see the leaks, we track the certifications, and we know exactly when to clear our calendars for an announcement. But the Nikon Z9 II has shattered that rhythm, and in that silence, a massive amount of speculation has grown. The original Z9 wasn't just a camera, it was a statement. It proved that Nikon could lead the mirrorless revolution by ditching the mechanical shutter and combining pro-grade photo and video performance into a single, unstoppable body. Because the Z9 was such a monumental success, the pressure on the Z9 II is immense. The community isn't just looking for a refresh, they are looking for a revolution. And based on what we are hearing from industry insiders, Nikon isn't just tweaking the hardware, they are rebuilding the platform from the ground up. The rumors surrounding the core of this machine are truly fascinating. We are talking about a brand new, custom-developed stacked CMOS sensor, likely around 46 megapixels. Now, some of you might be thinking that 46 megapixels doesn't sound like a massive jump from the current generation. But here is the secret, it is not about the resolution. It is entirely about speed. This new sensor is designed for blistering data readout speeds. Think about what that does for a professional. It practically kills the rolling shutter effect, makes your autofocus faster than ever, and allows for insane continuous shooting rates. Most importantly, it could revolutionize flash photography. By achieving ultra-fast sensor readout, Nikon might hit flash sync speeds that rival the benefits of a global shutter without losing the dynamic range and image quality that professionals demand. This is the kind of engineering that creates a massive competitive advantage. It doesn't stop at the sensor. The brain of the camera, the next generation EXPEED processor, is expected to receive a massive overhaul as well. Historically, Nikon uses its flagships to introduce new processing architectures that eventually trickle down to the rest of their lineup. If this holds true, the Z9 II is the blueprint for everything Nikon will release for years to come. With a faster processor paired with that high-speed sensor, we are looking at a system that can handle complex autofocus calculations, intelligent subject recognition, and high bitrate video encoding simultaneously. When you are shooting sports or wildlife, those milliseconds matter. The autofocus on the Z9 is already elite, but rumors suggest the Z9 II is focusing on reliability above all else. We are talking about better prediction algorithms, smoother transitions between subjects, and deeper scene analysis that makes the camera feel like it is thinking exactly like the photographer. Beyond the raw specs, we have to talk about the workflow. Professional photography is no longer just about taking the image, it is about getting that image to the client in record time. We are hearing whispers that Nikon is integrating advanced AI-driven culling and metadata tagging directly into the camera's firmware. Imagine finishing a high-stakes shoot and having your best shots already sorted and pre-processed before you even plug your card into a computer. That is the kind of leap that changes a photographer's life. It isn't just about the hardware, it's about the software ecosystem. Nikon is clearly moving toward a future where the camera is a seamless extension of the creative process, rather than a tool you have to fight against. The physical design of the Z9 II is also a massive point of interest. The Z9 was praised for its ergonomics and durability, but it was also a heavy, substantial piece of gear. Rumors suggest Nikon is looking at new, lightweight alloys and more efficient thermal management systems. By cooling the sensor more effectively, they can push the video recording limits even further without the risk of overheating. This is critical for filmmakers who need to shoot 8K RAW for extended periods. If Nikon can pack that kind of thermal performance into a body that feels even more balanced in the hand, they will be setting a new standard for what a professional mirrorless camera feels like to hold and operate all day. Then there is the connectivity. In an era where live streaming, remote file delivery, and cloud integration are becoming standard, the Z9 II is expected to feature upgraded 6 GHz Wi-Fi and faster wired tethering protocols. For a photojournalist on the sidelines of an Olympic event, being able to transmit full-resolution files instantly is the difference between making the front page and missing the deadline. Nikon understands this. They aren't just selling a camera, they are selling a complete professional workflow. This suggests the Z9 II will be the most connected camera Nikon has ever built, bridging the gap between the field and the digital newsroom like never before. Now, let's talk about the lens mount. The Z-mount has been a massive success for Nikon, giving them the flexibility to design lenses that were previously impossible to engineer. The Z9 II will likely leverage the full potential of this mount, with updated communication protocols between the lens and the body. We are looking at faster aperture control, more precise focus breathing compensation, and even better stabilization handshake between the in-body image stabilization and lens-based VR systems. This means that even with longer, heavier telephoto lenses, you will get sharper results, even in low light. It's an integrated approach where the lens and the body function as one single, harmonized organism. There is a lot of talk about the why behind the delay. Why hasn't Nikon announced this yet? In my professional opinion, Nikon is in the rare position of having a camera in the Z9 that is still effectively best in class, even years after its release. They don't need to rush a mediocre product to market to stay relevant. They are playing the long game. They are waiting for the exact right moment to launch the Z9 II, likely when their new sensor and processor manufacturing yields are at their peak. This isn't a company struggling to innovate, this is a company perfecting a masterpiece. They know that when the Z9 II drops, it needs to be flawless. It needs to silence the critics and raise the bar so high that competitors are left scrambling to catch up for another 3 years. We are also hearing about potential shifts in how the camera handles battery power. While the current battery system is fantastic, the power requirements of a faster sensor and a more advanced processor are substantial. It wouldn't be surprising to see a new, higher capacity battery that offers even better longevity, or perhaps a more intelligent power management system that extends usage time significantly under heavy load. Every fraction of a % of efficiency matters when you are working in remote locations, away from a power source. Nikon has always been a brand that respects the needs of the working professional, and the Z9 II is likely going to prove that they have been listening closely to user feedback. Of course, we cannot forget the video capabilities. The Z9 turned heads by offering 8K 60p and internal RAW recording, features that were previously reserved for dedicated cinema cameras. The Z9 II is rumored to push into the territory of 8K 120p, or perhaps even higher frame rates at lower resolutions with no crop. This is a game changer for slow-motion cinematographers. Additionally, the improved color science and dynamic range from the new sensor could potentially give us a cinema mode that makes the footage look more filmic right out of the camera. The goal seems to be to eliminate the need for heavy color grading, allowing creators to spend more time filming and less time stuck behind a computer monitor. As we look at the broader landscape of the photography industry, it is clear that the Z9 II will be the benchmark for the next decade. Nikon is betting everything on this platform. They are proving that despite the rise of smartphones, there is still a massive, hungry market for professional-grade imaging tools. The Z9 II isn't just another camera, it is a declaration that the future of photography is bigger, faster, and more detailed than we ever thought possible. It represents the culmination of decades of optical engineering, combined with the most advanced digital technology Nikon has ever created. It is worth noting that rumors are, by definition, unconfirmed. We don't have the final spec sheet in our hands. But even if only half of what we are hearing is true, the Z9 II is going to be a force of nature. It will push the boundaries of what we consider pro gear, and it will force every other manufacturer to reconsider their own roadmaps. Nikon has taken the time to listen, to refine, and to innovate where it actually counts. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, share this video with your fellow photographers, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our upcoming breakdowns.